Oh, hi guys, this will be pretty short. We had a discussion for, I don't know, 45 minutes or an hour. I don't know exactly how long it was. It was a discussion of player contracting rules. The owners made it clear that there is no give with respect to any of their proposals, that unless the players are prepared to take them, and this is my phrase, not theirs, but down to the comma, there's nothing to do, that we're past the point of give and take, is what I'm told Gary said when I was out of the room for a moment. So talks are over for today, and the sides will be talking. I don't know when we'll get back together. I suspect it won't be too long, but I don't know that yet.
Okay. Tomorrow is definitely out, or is there?
No, tomorrow's not definitely out. I just don't know. I just don't know. And we've indicated to them that when they resume, we would like it to be in Toronto, soon, because we're meeting down here in large part for the convenience, especially after the hurricane, of families and staff of the NHL, and now we'd like to get some of our people back to their families too.
Do you consider an unwillingness to budge on their end, on player contracting issues, a non-starter for you guys?
I don't know how you make an agreement if that's their position.
Why are they so dug in on that?
You'll have to ask Gary that. From the beginning, it's sort of been, we want it because that's our view of the world and we'd like to have it, and it just shifts all the risks, from against the players. It flies in the face of something really important. Players have two interests here. Interest number one is how big the share is, and that's not agreed upon yet either, but parties have at least moved on that. And the second one is how does an individual player negotiate his piece of the pie? And the answer is that players will have vastly fewer rights and vastly less leverage for a vastly longer portion of their career under the NHL proposals. We know why they would like that. The owners don't like players to have any bargaining power. Everybody understands that. You can ask yourselves whether that's a matter which is in any fashion fundamentally fair or equitable. So that's where we are.
Can you discuss anything about the first year and the Maple proposal?
No.
Given how discussions ended on Friday, Don, that you guys took sort of a break yesterday, is this a step backwards today?
I'm not going to characterize it one way or another beyond what I've said.
When you resume negotiations, will you scrap, this sort of side of it or table it for later?
Don't know. I don't know what the next time we get together. I don't know what the subject will be. We'll talk about it with them. There's plenty of communication about how we do things. There just doesn't seem to be a path to an agreement, at least as of today.
Why the make whole was not discussed today, Don?
The purpose of today was to talk about the player contracting issues. You have to agree on all of it. And so when you say the make whole, let me rephrase that. But you have to be talking about the player share issues and all the rest of that. And make whole is a small portion of that.
So Don, to be clear, player contracting issues, you talk about length of term?
We are talking about the entry-level system, the restrictions the owners want to place on restricted free agency, the restrictions they want to place on salary arbitration, the extended period of time before you get to unrestricted free agency, the maximum 5-year length of contract, the provision that says there can't be any significant variability in terms of what players get paid between one year to the next in a contract, which means you really cut down the number of teams you can talk to, and a number of other things. It's all those things.
Where did that discussion fit into the framework of last week, where make whole seemed to be the dominant discussions?
Whenever you're talking about things, you talk about specific subjects, and sometimes you don't get to other ones. But where it fit in is that they've indicated to us from the beginning that the share was really important and contracting issues were important. We've told them that both are important, but that as the share is limited, the player contracting rights become not only important but vastly more important, and their response is essentially, well, they don't see the world that way, and we should see it their way. That's about all I'll say about it. Okay, thanks.